Welcome back, guys. Today we're gonna be taking a look at Tier 50 of the simulation gate. We're gonna be talking about the codes that you want to be focused on, if you wanna clear it, and basically that's it. So when you enter the Tier 50 simulation gate, 9 times out of 10, except if you are very sure about your powers and yourself, you should be going on test mode right here. So let's enter. As you're going to see, I'm using the Dark Team. Right here, A10, Sangel 1, A10 weapon, A4, Shunky Hun, A10 weapon, and A5, Igris with A10 weapon. When it comes to artifacts, the brand new sets, 8-piece Architect set, 8-piece Glorious Arrogance, and 8-piece Chemist's Obsession, and level 20 cores to get your total power as high as possible. As you can see, mine is around 1.9 million, and let's enter. So basically what you want to do is run your rotation, your sun first, and then overload them with Igris. As you can see, the targets are going to get overload very much easier than in normal mode, which is good because you can deal more damage sooner in the game. And then of course you put in Cycle 1 and it's basically over. None of them is going to work. Okay, this is very good, guys. The overclock, when the user uses the QTE skill, it increases damage of their ultimate skill by 20%, stacking up to 10 times. Ultimate skill increase codes are going to be very useful in this one. Now, if we could get the one that allows us to use our ultimate skill 2 times consecutively, is going to be really great, and it's gonna make the run much easier for us. Another good code for this formation right here is because Sangel 1 takes shields. Okay, this one is good. When the user gains its spear, it gains a shield effect, or the critical hit rate and critical hit damage increased by 20%. Yeah, so because Sangel 1 gains shields when he fights, the code that allows you to increase your damage every time you get a shield and it stacks up is gonna be very useful in this mode. I actually beat the simulation gate once with this code. So yeah, but as you can see, the run is going very smoothly. There isn't we're not being pushed by the time. I didn't even use his ultimate skill right here. So let's see what we have. There it is, guys, the reset. When the user uses their ultimate skill, there's a 50% chance to reactivate their ultimate skill immediately. Okay, so let's take the rewards right here, open the chest, and we're moving on to our next battle. Okay, so we're fighting the Merc Werewolf. Same things, we're putting in Son. We do the skills. Ultimate. By the way, guys, if you don't remember any skill use order, you can just go here, tap the hunter, and it shows you how you can use the skills. So let's continue our battle. Ultimate, then Igris, overload. We don't even have to use the full rotation with Igris actually. As you can see here, the target gets overloaded quickly. So we're getting with single one. And it's pretty much already over. Also, do not worry about his MP. After you finish a boss, there's always, let me find a good core. When the user gains a sealed effect, it decreases the defense of enemies within a 5-meter range by 20% and increases damage taken by 40%. That's a good code right here. So yeah, after you finish a boss, there's always this two right here for HP and the mana that goes to every member of your team. So yeah, we move on and we have who we have? Goblin Spellcaster. Does he have a break gauge? No. Okay, things get pretty started as you can see. Okay, we overloaded him. It really doesn't feel like we are in tier 50, to be honest with you guys. Always like one rotation. Okay, let's see, when the user uses a skill, the critical hit rate increases by 5%, starting up to 3 times. Critical hit rate. And then we have core attack. We're gonna go with crit rate. Okay, max HP, max mana. We don't need to grab these. Actually, no, my Aegis is not at his full. Okay, now he is. And we're getting to the first big boss. Let's see who we're facing. Ooh, we have Goto. Nice. Is Goto gonna have a break gauge? Yes, he has. Okay, so let's break him. There we go. Ooh, okay, Goto's pretty tough. And he's also moving a lot, so we have to be careful. Okay. Oh, he has a mimic. Okay, we dodge. So as you can see, guys, even if we don't dodge the attacks, they are not so strong to like knock you down. At least not most of the time. There we go. Nice. So So what we have here, when the user uses the basic skill, it increases the damage of their basic skill by 15%, maximum instances infinite. So that's another good code, guys, right here, boosting basic skill damage. We are also going to talk about pretty much every code that you want to be focusing on. So since we have good codes, I like going to battles here, so we can obtain more, and in the end see what, so before we fight San Jingu, the last boss, just inspecting what we can upgrade to the legendary version and give us the most amount of damage. So as you can see, there's a big difference between Goto that we fight and the next boss right here. I mean, it's already at 70%, 40%, and we cleared it. Insane difference. So let's right here, when the enemy is in a break state, its elemental weakness damage taken increases by 75% for 2 minutes. Okay, that's a good one. Increases the critical hit damage of the user's basic skill by 100%. That's also a good one. We're gonna take that. In general, boosting codes are very well, except those that they give you like HP. Yeah, these are not good. Basically, when it comes to the simulation gate, you just need to deal as much damage as possible in a short period of time. So you just have to focus on attacking codes rather than defensive ones. Okay, wave 1 is almost done. This stage has 3. That's a nice one. Increase the critical hit damage of the user's basic skill by 120%. Legendary version. Boom. Okay, we'll move on. Even Son is doing damage here. Do I even need to put Sangel Juan here? Nope. Okay, let's increase the critical damage of the user's core attack. See guys, right here, when the user uses the basic skill, it restores 3% of the HP. This code is not good. I also like this one with core. When the user uses the core attack, it increases the core attack damage by 5%, maximum is infinite. Let's take this one. Actually, no. This one is better in general. I'm just going to use this one right now. And let's go to the boss. So let's switch to Son. Break him. There we go. Also, the animation of Igris' ultimate skill is insane. Oh wow. This boss got obliterated. Let's see. Increases damage dealt to targets in the break state by 300%, so this code is a really strong one, especially if you take it to the legendary. It increases damage dealt to targets in the break state by 1000%, guys. Probably is going to be one of the codes that we're going to take to the legendary version. And we move on to our next battle. Who do we fight? Forest. He also has a break gauge. Okay, let's break him fast. Done. Okay, quad attack, ultimate skill. Boom. Okay, what do we have? Do I need data fragments? Yeah, we're gonna go with data fragments for this one. And oh, we're already in our second hard battle of the simulation gate. And we're up against Baek Yunho. So, if I remember correctly, Yunho becomes enraged at some point and he transforms. So let's see, let's break him first. This actually is going to take a little. He's not breaking that easily, okay. But he gets overloaded pretty fast. So that's fine. Okay, ultimate skill. Decent. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna do our rotation again. Son. We're going to overload him with Thigris. Okay, he's definitely buffed up. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it was like the first 10%. Okay, so let's see what we have. So we have more data fragments. Actually, let's see if we can get a good core right here. A good code. When the user uses extreme evasion, it charges the power gauge by 50% and decreases the cooldown by 30%. Okay, this one is good. It helps you do your ultimate skill faster. We'll take it. We're almost there, guys. This boss is probably going to be easy. Okay. Is it actually going to have the gimmicks that Baruka has in like the gates. Did we got him? Oh no, the second one didn't hit. Okay, he has one of them. Okay, let's overload him again. Is he running away? Are we that strong? Ooh, that was a good hit. Oh, Baruka hits. But we made it, okay. So be careful in this stage, guys. This guy hits. Okay, we'll go with this one. When the enemy is in a break state, its elemental weakness damage taken increased by 75% for 2 minutes. Yeah, for 2 minutes. So I'll take this. Where are they? There we go. Okay, way better. Full HP. And let's go to the system maintenance. So this is the stage before the final boss. Before we fight San Jingu. Let's take the fragments here. And let's see. What should we do first? Let's go to the data fragment exchange and see what we have. Users MP recovery, no. Supporter and elemental stagger classes using an ultimate skill grants an effect that increases allies' attack, defense, or max HP by 30%. Okay, pretty good. And it's also just 100 data fragments. The user's damage taken decreased by 10%. The user's healing received decreased by 50%. No. Actually, most of them are for Son, and we really don't need that many buffs for Son. Oh, it's almost everything is for Son. Oh no. No. Okay, so we're gonna take this since it helps our allies. That means that single one is gonna do more damage. Let's go to codes. We actually can do 5 upgrades, as you can see right here. So let's see what we have. Okay, we're gonna do this. As you can see, already in the heroic, it doubles the damage that you do on the target in the break state. But we're gonna take it all the way to legendary. There we go, guys, 1000%. And we have 3 to go. Let's see. I like this one. When the user uses their QTE skill, it increases the damage of their ultimate skill by 40% now. It stacks up to 10 times, so that goes like for 400% more. I actually think that I'm gonna take this to legendary as well. There we go, 60%, 600%, wow. The damage Sangel Juan is going to deal with this code is enormous, guys. Okay, and we have another one. Crit rate and crit damage. Okay, let's see this in heroic. 30%. No. What about this one? 30% increases damage taken by 60%. Okay, that one is good. Alright, we have 400 data fragments left and we can't upgrade more codes, so let's go to the data fragment exchange and just let's see what we can get just so we can use them. I can take these 3 right here, or I can take 2. Doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, let's take the most of them. Let's take. Okay. Alright. And finally we are in the final stage. Let's see. Okay, let's break him. Standard things. I'm actually not gonna dodge for a little bit just to see if San Jingu deals a lot of damage or not. No, he really doesn't do much. Okay, first overload ends with 30% damage. Okay, hits instance to fire. Not that it will do much. Actually, things may get messy with the shadow on his last stance switch. So there's a tip here, guys. If you want to target San Jingu and not attacking randomly, one time San Jingu and the other the shadow, when he changes stances right here, you press the button that locks targets as soon as possible, and it locks just on San Jingu. So the only way that you can hit the shadow now is if the shadow interferes and goes in front of San Jingu, but 9 times out of 10 it is going to hit them both and not just the shadow, so it gets the job done. And this roll is going to be our last rotation. Let's see. Okay, one more. And clear. Ooh, look at this damage, guys. That was insane. Alright, let's claim rewards. And there we go. So if you do it, you're probably gonna take around 7,500 essence stones. The rewards are great. And yeah, let's talk a bit about the codes and then close today's video. So another good code here is this one. In Dark Defense, when the user's basic skill hits, it ignores 50% of the target's defense. In its legendary version, we also have this, increase the elemental weakness damage of the user's basic skill by 50%. What's more? This one is also good. We use that one. Increase the critical hit damage of the user's basic skill by 120%. This one, it can be useful, but just because it's only for 30 seconds, there are way better codes to go with. Now this code is really good, especially if you fight with Cha, who does a lot of core damage and has a lot of core attacks. Also, this one works very well with the previous code. When the user uses their basic skill, it activates the core attack for 5 seconds. So it can help you even with your breakers. So you can spam their core attack and keep doing break damage on the enemy and then break the bar faster. Okay, we have some core attack enhancements. They're very good in general. What else do we have? Okay, This one is very good. In general, the ultimate skill codes are really strong, as you saw. So we have this, increases the critical hit damage of the user's ultimate skill by 90% and ensures that it always lands as a critical hit. We have the reset that we used. So in the legendary version, it is 100% sure that you're going to use again your ultimate skill. We have acceleration, we also use that one. We have ultimate skill damage. To stun, not this one. This is also pretty good and it can help, especially if you deal multiple times your ultimate skill. When the user's ultimate skill hits, it has a 100% chance to deal damage equal to 2% of their current HP. This one is also good, but the previous ones were a bit stronger. The user's power goes charged by 100%, their ultimate skill damage increased by 200% when entering the stage for 30 seconds. Then we have the sealed ones. So this is the code that I was talking about in the run. We didn't get to take it, but we just did fine either way. When the user gains HP or gains a sealed effect, their damage will increase by 50%, stacking up to 10 times, so the damage you deal increases by 500%, which is huge in battle. We also have this one, where the user gains HP or gains a sealed effect, their crit rate and crit damage increase by 50%. Yeah, pretty much that's... We also have this one, when the user gains a sealed effect, decreases the defense of enemies within a 5-meter range by 30% for 20 seconds and decreases damage taken by 60%. We also use that one and it's good. Then we have the overload codes. So this one is good. When the enemy is in a break state, their attack and defense are decreased by 50% for 130 seconds. So that code is very good as well. Increases damage dealt to targets in the break state by 1000%. You saw the damage we dealt. This one is also, I'd say, good. And then we have the elemental codes. So in our case that we used the dark team, we could use, let's say, okay, this one. When an ultimate skill that deals dark damage hits activates Malignance, which deals mighty damage to the target. We could also use this one, hitting with a dark attack increases the target's dark damage taken by 6% and stacks up to 25 times. So that goes for a total of, let me do the math, 150% damage taken more, which is huge. Then we have the upscaling. So it is for crit rate, when the user uses dash. And when the user successfully executes extreme evasion, decreases the user's critical hit rate by an additional whatever this is. So in this case it's 10%, it stacks up to 3 times. So if you do like extreme evasion 3 times consecutively, then you increase your crit rate by 60%, which is, it can help you very well. We also have it with crit damage, which is also strong. Okay, this is also good, but they are stronger. And then we have the multi-thread. When the user uses EQT skill, it increases their attack defense and HP by 30%. Stacks up to 3 times, very good core. We also have it for crit rate, also good. This one is very strong. It increases the crit damage by 50% and stacks up to 3 times. And yeah, so that's all that you need to know if you want to clear it. And that's all for today's video as well. I'm gonna see you in the next one, and take care.